It is August 6th and Ramona has joined the crew. She's just down below there.
It's time for lunch.
It's time for lunch. And Amber had her near-death experience in which looked like she was going to be leaving us because of her tumor. But she's got some medication and she's made a good recovery. It probably won't be a very long recovery because she's quite old, but she's still with us. We just went through our first lock at Troy, and now we're heading up the Hudson, and it'll be very soon turning west onto the Erie Canal. And here's where we leave the Hudson and head on over this way, the Erie Canal. This is a branching off of the two. Yeah, it's just like being on Bold again. We had a bit of an interesting thing happen on the last lock, that this loop of line here, not being a single loop like this is, I had it on the bite, and when it got to the top of the track there, top of its run, it got watch it forward. It got jammed, and fortunately we were right at the very top of the travel of the water, but the boat was still leaning over about 10 degrees from the force of the rope pulling down on the cleat, and I got a knife to cut the rope. But then we thought, well, maybe we can work it out. Wanted the guy to drop the water in the lock a little bit so I could get some freedom, but he said that wasn't possible. But what I did was I took the free end of the rope and put it around a winch in the cockpit, and we winched it out. The free end of the line, you see, it got trapped behind the tighter end, a tighter portion of the bite. So that was exciting.
Of a boat that had actually permanently tied off to the side of the lock, and as the water level dropped, it hung, and people and dogs were falling off the boat.
Yeah, it hung the boat up on the side of the lock and the
sideways, and then the cleats broke, and I guess the boat must have fallen down.
Yeah. So not only did the people and the dog and everything fall into the water, but then the boat came down almost on top of them, I guess.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good story. Well, we're not that green. But we're having our adventures anyway. These locks are all just one after another here, right at the east end of the Erie Canal. They're just one after another. It's like a series of steps going up, and they're all quite deep, as you can see, too.
They must have thought that the walls moved or something.
They probably just never thought about it, you know. We'll tie off our boat like we're at a dock somewhere, and we probably never thought beyond that point. Well, here we are, one captain and one troublemaker.
No, two troublemakers.
Heading into Lock 17.
You're the boss troublemaker.
Yeah, we got some camera problems, having to use my cell phone here for this picture because my camera won't turn on. I don't know what the story is with that. I don't know how to use the zoom, if there is a zoom on this thing. So anyway, it looks like a very beautiful town, Little Falls. Waiting to get in now. There's a boat coming down the other way. Well, that was nerve-wracking, but we didn't break anything anyway. You have to tie on the port side on that one. We've been used to tying on the starboard side, so it was all kinds of problems, including the dinghy being in the way. But anyway, we made it. Now we're carrying on here. I've got my camera out in the sun, hoping that the sun will bake moisture out of it, because I think it's a moisture problem with the contact. Anyway, we'll see. Last last night the video camera came on by itself in the middle of the night. There was quite high humidity in the cabin and it kept coming on and turning off by itself. So I guess that was the first indication that there's some sort of problem. Well, we're still progressing our way along the Erie Canal, now paralleling the Mohawk River rather than being on the Mohawk River. A lot of debris in the water, logs anything up to the size of short telephone poles. Amber's still with us, but she's not got much of an appetite and is showing signs that it's near the end. My camera is giving me problems. The on and off button no longer works. However, I can turn it on by pushing the button that switches between camera function and the play function, believe it or not. So the circuits have gotten all screwed up inside somehow from the, I think from the moisture of the environment. Leaving it running all night hasn't helped. And in order to turn it off, I have to take the battery off momentarily. Anyway, progressing along, rainy day. It's a wild Artie. We're in Brewerton, New York. Nice place. We stopped by this restaurant here and had a decent meal. Listened to some great musicians. And now we're taking the dogs for a walk. So, where are we tonight? Something a little different. Yes, it is. When we're very cool. We got our hoods on. Yeah, boat up. And tonight it is the 10th of August, and we're at lock 25 for the night. And Amber was laying on the lawn and just enjoying. Well, that was a long bit of traveling today, wasn't it, guys? Another basically traveling all day situation. Trying to get at least 25 miles a day, or actually to get caught up more like 30 miles a day. So we did 34 today. It won't go amiss. It's another day we won't have to do those extra miles. And the dogs were very, very happy to get here at Lock 25. There's some great lawn to run on, and we just let them off the boat. There's nobody else here except the lock master. And they just went romping across the lawn. Even though Amber's quite sick, she even played a little bit with Chief. She's actually very happy. Rolled around on her back and that sort of thing. This is the dog ramp. It doesn't take people weight, although it did once. Ramona didn't know that and walked up it with 2 suitcases in her hand. Probably a combined weight of a double what it's supposed to be able to take. But anyway, this is a nice spot.